After our exit call with the brand president Heidi Morrissey, we knew we couldn't afford to pay $720,000 or to abandon the business and get sued. So we stayed in the business and started cutting expenses. One of those expenses was Perceptionist, the call center service that had been presented during the training as an optional vendor. We contacted them to cancel. They refused, and they said that the home office has already denied the request. When we asked for a copy of that denial email, they refused to share it with us. So we told them we would file a complaint with the Ohio Attorney General since they are based on Ohio. Only after we did that, on May 5th, we received an email from the Senior Director of Operations of HFC. In that email, he said that even though we paid Perceptionist directly, while you are an active franchise owner, maintaining the service is a requirement under the franchise agreement. He said that they would make an exception and allow us to deactivate it since we are terminated. I asked him where in the franchise agreement that requirement exists. Because if this is a mandatory recurring service, it should have been disclosed in the FDD table fee, the fee table. And we never saw it there. Before he answered, something else changed. 3 days from his email, we received an email from the 8th from the compliance manager. And she said that their standard process for early termination is 6 months of fees per territory. And then she offered in the same email a one-time termination fee of $25,000 for all 4 territories. So the exposure changed from $720,000 down to 6 months of fee, which is $60,000, and now down flat to $25,000. This shift happened immediately after we raised Perceptionist with the Ohio Attorney General, while we were still waiting for a proof that it was actually a requirement under our contract. Then on May 12th, 7 days later from the email, the senior director finally responded. But instead of citing our franchise agreement, he sent us a language from the internal policy manual, not the contract, not the FDD, a policy manual they control and can change. That was a major red flag for us. If the obligations and the exit exposure are truly fixed in the contract, why did they move this dramatically only after pressure? In the next episode, we're going to talk about what that pattern told us about how the system is really being run.